Hello everyone, welcome to our channel. This video is presented by A. Prasanna, roll number 22B01A0505, BSL Madhuri, roll number 22B01A0521, G. Niharika, roll number 22B01A0546, under the guidance of Dr. M. Prasad, PhD, Associate Professor, Department of CSE, Sri Vishnu Engineering College for Women, Bhimavaram. In this video, we discuss about lambda functions and higher order functions. First, we discuss about lambda functions. What is a lambda function? A lambda function in Python programming is an anonymous function or a function having no name. It is a small and restricted function having no more than one line. Just like a normal function, a lambda function can have multiple arguments with one expression. Syntax of lambda function. Lambda arguments colon expressions. Function equals to lambda x comma y colon x plus y. Here function is the function object which stores the result of the expression. Lambda is the keyword which is used to define a lambda function. X comma y are the arguments, x plus y is the expression. This function can have any number of arguments but only one expression which is evaluated and returned. One is free to use lambda functions wherever function objects are required. You need to keep in your knowledge that lambda functions are syntactically restricted to a single expression. It has various uses in particular fields of programming besides other types of expressions in functions. Let us see an example. Adder equals to lambda x comma y colon x plus y, print of adder of 1 comma 2. Here we get the output as 3. Let us see the explanation of the above code. Here we define a variable that will hold the result returned by the lambda function. The lambda keyword used to define an anonymous function. X and y are the parameters that we pass to lambda function. This is the body of the function which adds the two parameters we pass it. Notice that it is a single expression. You cannot write multiple statements in the body of a lambda function. We call the function and print the returned value. Let us see the properties. Using lambda function with filter method. Here we take a list with elements 34, 12, 64, 55, 75, 13 and 63. Here we create another list using list method and filter method. We use lambda function in filter method and we get elements by using an expression num mod 2 not equals to 0. We print the list which contains odd numbers of the first list. Here we get the output as 55, 75, 13 and 63. Using lambda function with map method. Here we use a list having elements 2, 4, 5, 1, 3, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Here we create another list using list method, map method and we use lambda function in map method. We get elements by using the expression num exponential 2. We print the list which we get the squares of the above list. We get the output as 4, 16, 25, 1, 9, 49, 64, 81 and 100. Using lambda function with if else. Minimum equals to lambda x comma y colon x if x less than y else y. Print minimum of 35, 74. Here we get output as 35. Now let's discuss about higher order functions. What is a higher order function? A function is called higher order function if it contains other functions as a parameter or returns a function as an output. That is, the functions that operate with another function are known as higher order functions. It is worth knowing that this higher order function is applicable for functions and methods as well that takes functions as a parameter or returns a function as a result. Python 2 supports the concepts of higher order functions. Let us see an example. Def shout of text, which returns text.upper, print of shout of hello, L equals to shout, print of L of hello. Here we take the input as hello. We define a method called shout, which will return the uppercase format of the given input. In the output we get hello in all the uppercase letters. Let us see the methods for using higher order functions. Using functions as objects. Def spell of text, return text dot lower, text equals to input, enter a text to print it in lowercase and double. Print spell of text, scream equals to spell, print scream of text. Here we get output as enter a text to print it in lowercase and double. We give input as Python in uppercase. We get the output as Python in lowercase and we get it 2 times. Using functions as a parameter for another function. Def scream of word, return word dot upper, def spell of word, return word dot lower, def speak of function, speaking equals to function of hello Python developers, print speaking, speak of scream, speak of spell. Here we get output as hello Python developers as the output of scream function in uppercase, and we get the second line output hello Python developers in lowercase as the output of spell function. Decorators as higher order functions. Def Python underscore decorator of function, def inner, print this line of code will be printed before the execution of higher order function. Function print this line of code will be printed after the execution of higher order function. Return inner, def JTP underscore decorator. Print this line of code will be printed inside the execution of higher order function. JTP underscore decorator equals to Python underscore decorator of JTP underscore decorator. JTP underscore decorator. Here we get output as this line of code will be printed before the execution of higher order function. This line of code will be printed inside the execution of higher order function. This line of code will be printed after the execution of higher order function. In this video, we discussed about lambda functions, its definition, syntax, properties and examples. And we also discussed about higher order functions, definition, methods of using and properties. Thank you.